Good evening out there in internet world. My name is Susan and I'm here to offer you some free readings from my set of oracle cards, which are called the Southern Cross Stones Oracle. This is a deck that I've personally developed and I've sat on for over 30 years before they were printed this year, printed in Australia, which is where I live. I live in Perth. Very wonderful place to be. So I'm very glad to be here tonight and to wait for a few people to come in and share with us. See what exciting adventures this crazy time of year might be having to offer us. I really think that, oh, wow. I just picked up a bit of notepaper, but no, I picked up some money instead. How pleasant was that? So, yeah, this time of year can be exceptionally difficult for quite a large amount of people. So we all place different importance on this generally accepted big festive time of the year. So I just want to start our session by confirming that, hello, my name is Susan and I am the owner of this page, the Southern Cross Stones Oracle, and none of my followers would ever receive an unsolicited message from me. You won't get a friend request from me. You won't get a private message offering you readings, free readings, sign up here and, you know, I'll give you my first child kind of thing. I will never ask for your private information. I will never ask for your banking information. I won't send you any links. If you do want to jump onto my website and have a look at what I'm about, you're most welcome to, but I'm not going to send you the link. So just want to confirm that the more popular I get, the more scammers that I seem to attract, which is quite interesting learning for me, because it's certainly not first nature for me. And whilst another person might think, oh yeah, that's just part of being on the internet, I go, I feel that it's, yeah, all a bit new and awfully exciting. But I am 100% in love with this deck of cards that I've created. I'll bring it a bit closer so you can have a look. And I feel that they're a fantastic tool, both for divination as well as self-awareness. So probably the lessons that I'm getting along the way are my little kick in the butt that I need for my own self-awareness journey. Certainly had a couple of those this week, which might tell you a bit about one later on. Might shuffle these cards up and get the magic happening. So, yeah, I just want to confirm again that I'm me. I'm not going to send you messages for unsolicited friend requests or private press this link, give out your banking information. I'm here to share with you and as many people as possible over the next hour so that I can show you the power of these cards. So, I've got a lovely little support crew in the room with me by the name of Miss M, and she'll monitor the chat and tell me who I need to read for. So I'm going to ask her, who is our first person that would like a card?
First up we have Justine.
Justine, let's have a look for you, Justine. I've given the cards a really good shuffle and a really fresh energy. So let's have a look, Justine, and see what card it is for you. Okay. You've got this card. This is a soothing card, Justine. What this tells me is that life has been a little hard and that you may be exhausted emotionally, spiritually, there's a sense of, oh, yeah, I just got to do this. It's almost like what's given to me is plodding along. Oh, it's an effort, but I'll do it. And there's not a sense of joy, Justine. But what this card offers you is the knowledge that this energy is changing. It's on the mend. You will have a sense of rejuvenation about you. And even though you might feel like, Justine, this is bloody slow in coming, and it's like, oh God, when's the tide going to turn and when's it going to go in my favor? This card is really quite clear that it's not very far away, and that you will be able to get that sense of release and that sense of, oh yeah, okay, I can see the difficulties passing. And this card offers you the opportunity to know, Justine, that things are changing in your world, and these changes are most definitely coming pretty slowly for you, but they are there, and they are making a more major movement over the next couple of weeks. So Justine, I wish you well, and there's a few things that you might be able to do to help the energy change. And I mean, whilst I'm not telling you what to do, I can tell you, a couple of things that have worked for me over the years or worked for other people, like the spiritual benefit of a glass. It has to be a glass, not a mug, like something that you can see through. A container of salt water near your front door. It clears out the energy that comes into your house. And it's a wonderful tool in being able to regenerate. Things like, spending time with your favourite music or your favourite crystals. So, yeah, have a look at what you can do, Justine, to help that energy along and give it a bit of a shift. So I hope that that was able to give you a message that you find helpful, and always very interested in hearing your feedback. And I would also ask, there's a few people in the room now, and I wonder whether you would like to press the share button down the bottom of the live and see whether we can get a few other people in the room. That just helps my business get out there in the world of the internet, and I certainly appreciate people that will do that. So, Miss M, who's our next cab off the rank?
Next, we have Erin, who would like a card, please.
Okay. I'm giving the pack a really good shuffle, Erin, so that we can get a real fresh energy, okay? Let's have a look. Erin, what do these cards offer you? Woohoo! This is a busy card, Erin. This tells me that there is a sense of jobs that are not being attended to. It's like, yeah, the whole making a list, checking it twice thing, because this card is prompting you to action. It's saying that you have some unmet needs in your world at the moment, and that the best way to shift and change this energy is to take action and to allow it to have a sense of fun and adventure around it as well. Because it's like, try not to make it feel like work, even though it is work. Try to like, oh, how can I make this fun? How can I make this a bit adventurous? How can I, just do this and get it done? There's absolutely a real sense of urgency around you, Erin, because life is due to get very, very busy. And the action that you take over the next couple of weeks will affect how quickly this other busy energy comes into you, especially next month. I believe quite strongly that you have a habit of taking on more than you have time to do, and that this is just something that you do, something that you enjoy. So, but what the cards are saying is make sure that you have time to do what you want to do, okay? Allow that sense of adventure and a little bit of naughtiness, a little bit of fun, something like that, just so that you can take the edge off the work energy that is around you. So hopefully, Erin, that's answered your question and given you a couple of more questions. I hope that, yeah, you can see something a little differently in your world at this moment, okay? So, do we have another person who would like a card, Miss M?
Yes, we do. We've got Samantha.
Samantha. Let's have a look at what the cards will deal up for you. Okay. Whoa, you definitely want to have a seriously good shuffle, Samantha. Definitely want to. Okay, you've got two. Oh, and they're both very, very busy cards, okay? The first one that you have got is the card of truth, justice, and integrity. And what this tells me, Samantha, is right now you might not be surrounded by conversations that you want to have. It's almost like, oh, I'm tuning out. I'm not really into this. Really, yeah, it's not piquing your interest. But there's a sense of the cards are telling you you actually have got to listen because it is important for something else that you're doing, because the other card that you've drawn is the card of voice, the card of empathy, the card of listening. So it's almost like, yeah, you might not be actually bloody interested in what they're saying, but it has a direct impact on something that you're doing. I don't feel as though it's legal paperwork. I don't feel as though it's engaging. I don't feel as though it's riveting in any way. But it's almost like, oh, shit, I've got to listen to that so that I can get the job done, okay? There's a sense of frustration around those cards, Samantha, that I feel that, nah, let's just get this over and done with. Let's, like, move this energy and, yeah, and help it along, okay? So I do think that the cards are saying that this will be quick for you. This will only be a day or so. There won't be like a long, drawn-out process that you're like, oh, I'm still doing this. I'm still doing this bloody thing. But no, it will be quick. But Samantha, it will also not actually be that fun. Okay? So it's almost like, yeah, the cards are challenging you to change your attitude and just get it done. There's a lot of energy shifts over the next few months for you, Samantha, and I feel that it's really important that you have a good time whilst you're doing it. So the cards are offering you the chance to clear that work. Going to give them a good shuffle again. So hopefully you've, out there in the internet world, you've had quite a busy week. This is certainly a time of the year where people, yeah, seem to have come, like, it's like an alien planet kind of thing where people do all kinds of things, rush to the shops to buy things, and yeah. But I found that I've had a few learning curves this week, and one of them has been, I've been doing these lives for a couple of months now, and I'm always very happy to do as many readings as I possibly can, and very happy to give these away for free. And one lady who was part of our group had quite a number of free readings, and last week she did purchase a 15-minute reading from me, of which this is something I need to learn. I, spoke to her for over an hour, and there was so much going on in her life. But she made an inquiry this week about, possibly booking another 15 minutes. And I did say to her that I only had that on the website for a short time because it was a special offer. And so, yeah, she didn't book it. And then she wrote me this amazingly long spiel about how I didn't turn up for the appointment. So, yeah, my learning is still happening in that regard. So, I feel like I need to know what Spirit wants me to get clear before I take any action. But, as always, I can turn to this fantastic deck of the Southern Cross Oracle and draw some cards and ask for some guidance and support. And yeah, I feel like I might have an idea of how I'll approach that. Okay, Miss M, who's our next person on the list?
Next, we have Ivy, and she just wants a general
Okay.
reading, please.
Ivy, I'm just going to have a little sip of my drink and then I'm going to shuffle the cards up again for you. Back a million years ago, my mum used to do a lot of readings. It wasn't uncommon that she would do 20 or 30 a day. And one of the ways that she used to do readings is that people would write her a letter and they would ask their questions or whatever. And she would answer. She loved writing, so she'd sit usually late at night and she'd write with pen and ink. It was just such beautiful writing. And she would answer people's inquiries. So what we do here tonight is kind of like the modern equivalent of that. Your presence in the group is like an energetic exchange. And I shuffle the cards up and ask what direction. So for Ivy, wow. We've got a couple of cards. And the first one is that Ivy's got a shift happening. What it means, it's more of a spiritual concept than anything. I don't feel as though you're moving house, but you may be moving furniture around and making way or painting furniture or changing the place in which you live, because there's an energetic shift. I can see that my light is shining on the card. I must have my iPad in a different spot tonight. And like what this card is offering you, Ivy, is the chance to know that you will be sharing your gifts. People will be asking for your thoughts, your feelings, your opinions on different things. And what I'm getting, Ivy, is that you're quite often a very quiet soul. You quite often think deeply but speak very frugally. But what these cards are saying is, let's have your opinion. Let's have your words. Because the other card that you've got is like one of my power cards. It says that there is a great sense of ethics and responsibility. And you have the spiritual term, which is grace, of an energetic flow that most healers have it in some form. And what it's saying, Ivy, is that you can make a real difference to other people's world, and that your words and your actions are very well received. So I believe what this is telling you is that now is the time to allow yourself to shine, to be a little less shy and a little more vibrant in the words and the sharing that you do. So yeah, the cards are really supportive of you being brave and making a real difference and changing your communication style. Okay, so that's a wonderful, wonderful card to have, Ivy, and I wholeheartedly believe that will support you. I ask this fairly often, and I would be very, very happy if you wouldn't mind hitting the share button and sharing this video. And that just helps me get out there in the world and helps me get my little tiny business into the right hands, so to speak. So, Miss Em, who do we have next for a card?
Next, we have Kate, who would like a card,
Kate.
please.
So let's have a look, Kate. Let's give you a shuffle. Let's see what is happening in Kate's world. Okay. Ooh. What this tells me, Kate, is that you are very inclined. It doesn't say you'll do it, but you're very inclined to make some changes in your world, to reflect, to say, you know what, it doesn't actually work for me doing that anymore. I want to be able to do it differently. There is a sense of judgment around this card, and it's not a terrible thing. It's actually a tool to help you make change. And the judgment is more like, okay, that doesn't really suit me, so what I would like to do is this, and how am I going to go from one to the other? And I mean, this card is definitely, it's a busy card, it's an exhausting card. It can be like, holy, you know, I'm not prepared to put that much work in. But what this is saying, Kate, is you will put in the work. It may be a project that takes months or weeks to do, but the decision making is over the next week. And what the cards are saying is that you know exactly what you want to do in that regard. I'm getting the sense that it is something to do with your workplace and your career. There is a sense of stagnancy around that I'm feeling, Kate, and it's almost like, yeah, you know what, I don't see myself doing this for very much longer. You might do it because you have to, but you're not doing it because you want to at the moment. So what that card is telling you, Kate, is that, you know what, we're here to support you make a change. We're here to be able to, you know, give you a little bit of a handout and a little bit of a helping energy so that you can make the changes that you have been thinking about. So, Kate, this is a really strong card to get, and know that this is not about instant change. This is about long-term, sustainable, really important decisions. And I see that you're making them really clearly. So, yeah. The cards are very supportive of you in these changes, Kate. So, yeah, enjoy them. And, yeah, allow your intuition to be able to support you. So can you delete that person, please?
Yes.
I think that it's a young, what do they call a young teenager? That's, yeah, very juvenile language, my mother would have said. Have to send them love and light. There's no doubt about that.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so who's next on our list, Miss M?
Next we have Amy, and she would like a reading about the new year ahead.
Okay. Well, Amy, there's certainly lots of energy on offer from the cards. And did you see that other person?
Yes.
Yeah. I haven't got an age filter on this group, so I do end up getting quite a few like little teenage type people in. So, yeah. Unfortunately, I can't do anything about that. So, Amy, let's have a look at the new year for you. Okay, well, this card wants to come out. What is it? Ah, the card of looking, the card of self. This is about encouraging your true self, Amy. It's about being the real you and being very clear with what you expect from yourself. It's like, yeah, well, you know, if that's not your thing, or if you're not physically capable of that, then this card is asking you for honesty and asking you for, yeah, self-reflection. And what this card is saying, Amy, is that your new year is full of new paths, because you had two cards that jumped out. And the other one is the card of adventure. This is the card of new starts and new ventures, okay? This is, Amy, something new that you can get your teeth stuck into, something a little bit exciting, something, a bit surprising as well. So, Amy, what these cards are offering you for the new year is something very different, something a little bit daunting, perhaps, like, oh, do I really want to do that? But I think the cards are saying yes, there's a sense of adventure, there's a sense of excitement, okay? So I would say listen to your intuition and you will have the support of the people around you, okay? So it's really important, Amy, that you remember that next year is about you having a much more comfortable life, you having a lot of energy that's well deserved, So yeah, fantastic feeling for the cards that you have drawn, Amy. So allow the benefit to come your way, okay? Let the aches and pains of this year just be gone. It's like, yep, righto, give me 22, master number, great year to have, okay? So we definitely seem to be attracting very interesting energy tonight.
Very interesting.
Wow. I tell you, you've got to ask yourself, like, what am I putting out there? I do like interesting, I must admit. I don't like, things that are too predictable. So, yeah, maybe it's me that's attracting the crackpot energy. So, like, we've got a few more people in the room now, so I feel the need to confirm that my name's Susan, and I'm very happy to have you here. I'm very happy to have a chat to you, but I will never send you a message unsolicited. I will never, ask you for your bank account details. I will never plead for you to pay for a reading. I will never, chase you. I'm very happy that you're here. I'm very happy that you want to have a look at the cards and see what's going on with the cards. But what I'm not is I'm not needing to chase you. I'm not needing to ask for your banking information. I'm not. Yeah, so there's plenty of people, scammers, that are here, and plenty of people that want to do that. Some people have to do it for a job, and I do feel sorry for them, but I really don't like them. So my lesson is in that send them love and light, get rid of the other negative thoughts that I may or may not be having. So yeah, let's flip some cards. Miss M, who's next on your list?
Next, we have Brenda.
What a great name. Hello, Brenda. Let's have a look for you. I tell you, the cards are getting a really good shuffle tonight. There's no doubt about that, which is probably a good thing. Okay, Brenda, you've got the card of readjustment. So what this is telling me is that there's a couple of things in life that are not as smooth and not as easy as you would like them to be. And there is a sense of a real changing energy, a sense of, oh my God, do I need to do that? Is it worth the effort? Why should I bother? But what this card tells you, Brenda, is yes, there is a reward, and I don't feel as though it's like a monetary reward. I feel that there's a great sense of satisfaction and a great sense of, you know what, I needed to do that. I needed to be able to work through that process. And what I'm sensing, Brenda, is that this has been ongoing. It's not a just started today and will be finished by next week kind of process. I feel that you have had it around you for some time, maybe even more than a couple of years, and that this is very important for you to not hurry. It's like, you know what, this process, this journey, this readjustment that you're doing, it's going to take some time. You are doing the work. And what this card offers you as a relief and what a release is music. It's like, okay, if you feel a little bit under the pump, or there's not enough support around me at the moment, that card offers you the chance to seek comfort in music, okay? So it can be any style of music that appeals to you. I'm getting a very peaceful kind of watery, like running water kind of sound. So I'm not sure if that is something that you particularly like, Brenda, but that's what's been given to me. And I believe that it's your choice to be able to embrace the learning that this is giving you, okay? So hopefully that's answered your question, but also given you questions, okay? So I send you tons of wishes and lots of blessings for you to be able to keep going through that. So if there's anybody in the room tonight that you know that you would like to put on my healing list, please do. You can just request healing in the chat. I know that there's already a few people that I will put on the list, and always very happy to add more. But I do ask you, if you're putting somebody else on a healing list, I'd like you to have their permission first, so that you can, energetically, you're not being unkind to them. Okay, let's give these babies a shuffle. I'll have a wee drink. I got an email today that amused me greatly. I've been back in Australia quite some time, 4 or 5 years. Feels like forever. But I used to live in a little flat on an island off the Scottish coast. And I got an email today from the council, the Shire, to tell me about the Christmas rubbish collections. And I thought, that really made me miss that tiny little flat that was in 14th century stone, that I could hear and smell the rush of the ocean right there, right outside my sitting room window. It was a very, very beautiful place to be, but it was a very random email to have. So, yeah, I'm like, okay, thank you, universe. You're definitely giving me some good stuff this week. So, Miss M, who's next on the list? Who is it? Who will it be?
Next is Lorna.
Lorna.
And she is asking if her ex will come back to me with a clear mind.
Okay, Lorna. Let's have a look. See what the cards, the Southern Cross Stones Oracle, say in regard to your question. So there's definitely a sense of confusion around that, because I'm dropping so many cards. What I'm going to do is shuffle them up again and ask the very clear question that you asked, okay? And what I'm getting is the card of authority. Now, what this tells me is that in regard to your ex, there's a lack of confidence. I don't feel that you are, either of you, are very secure in the relationship, or the energies that you exchanged in the relationships. And if you were seeking a yes-no kind of response, then this card definitely sits more in the no camp. This is a card that's very, no, I'm not sure that this is good for you. There's a sense of having to make changes, and there's a sense of, you know what, I'm not really keen on that. I'm not really keen on the direction I'm going in. But, you know, the cards are here as a guide, and the cards are here to be able to give you something to work with and something to be able to make changes with. But what I'm getting around your question is that there is so much to be done. There's so much, like, it's almost like a house that needs renovating, and you can't just move into it while the bathroom's being done, but the kitchen, everything else needs to be done as well. So I'm not getting a very clear sorting out energy around that. So in regard to what you asked the cards, they're not saying that this will be an easy process, and they're saying that there needs to be much more work done on both sides of the relationship before there is a chance of reconnection. Okay, so probably not the answer that you wanted to hear, but that's the answer that the cards were sharing with you. And know that you're the person that can make changes, and that your changes can reflect in your ex, but you can't make the changes for your ex. Okay, so I wish you every blessings in navigating that as you make yourself more connected to what you want within a partnership. Okay, so I'll leave that with you, and hopefully the sense of change is one that supports you. Okay, so who's next on the list, Miss M?
Next we have Samantha.
Hey, it's a good name. I think, I can't remember when it was, but maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, I think I had about 5 or 6 Samanthas in the room, so it's definitely a good name. Let's give these little babies a shuffle. Wow. The energy in the room just heated up. Wow. Just like, woof, straight away. There's some spirit talking in this room. Okay, Samantha, you have the card of kindness, okay? This can be the card of physical passion, of like sexual, rumpy-pumpy kind of loving energy. But primarily what this card is telling me is that, whoa, back off on yourself, girlfriend. You got to have that dose of self-kindness. Because at the moment, you're a bit too critical about yourself. You're a bit too, is that the way is that my style? And it's almost like, give yourself a break. This card is actually asking you to take the zigzag, take the different way round, and to, make a real difference, okay? Because this card is telling you that you can get to the close, connective, passionate, relationship with yourself. This is not about any other relationship. But first you need to look at your style of self-criticism. You're the only person that can decide, okay, that really works for me when I call myself up. Nobody else can say. You've got to say you are, you are beautiful, you are kind. You have to talk it in your own language, Samantha, and you have to be the one that makes a real difference in how you look at yourself, how you talk to yourself, because that card was very much about self-criticism and, geez, you can be nasty to yourself, love. So, if that works for you, then go for it. But the cards are saying that's not working for you, and it's time to change, okay? So, Samantha, you take on board what works most for you, okay? The cards are only ever a guide. There is a tool. There is a boost, and they're never telling you you got to, you should. They're telling you, you know what, we could help you with that. So, who's next on our list?
Next we have Teriyaki?
You're going to have to tell me that again.
I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. Teriyaki?
Teriyaki? As in the sauce?
That's how it's spelled, but I'm not sure that's how it's pronounced.
Yum. All I can say is yum. Teriyaki, please forgive me if I am saying your name incorrectly. But I'm giving the cards a shuffle just for you. And we'll see what is in store. Okay. There's a sense of exhaustion around you. There's a sense of, I have not had a holiday in years, and it's almost like you've gone from one job. I don't know whether you do 3 jobs at the moment or whether you go from one job to another job, and there's a constant busy energy, because the card that you have drawn is the card of giving yourself permission to have a bit of quiet time, giving yourself permission to have some calmer energy around you. There are plenty of us in the world that thrive on that whole, drama queen thing, like, you have to have it's an energetic thing. So, you have to be up there having every problem in the world. That might be the people around you, Teriyaki, but what this card is doing is asking you personally, just for you, to invite some calmness, to invite some spiritual silence in your world, some essence of pure rest. It's like, you might sleep okay, but what this card is saying is spiritually, you're not getting the peace, you're not getting the benefit of quiet time. So it's asking you to seek that again. This can be one of the most refreshing healing activities that you can do for yourself. It's almost like, give me 5 minutes peace, and I feel rejuvenated, and I feel like, I can handle that person's problems now. I can sort this out. I can make changes. I can do that, because your life is busy. Your life is full of words, and your life is needing a break at the moment, okay? So I'm glad that the cards have offered you a decision and offered you a solution as well, okay? So I'm just going to grab a little drink, as you do. And ask the lovely Miss M who our next person on the list is.
Carla would like to ask the cards if she is on track.
Okay. Let's have a look, Carla. Let's give the Southern Cross Stones Oracle a great big shift and a fluff up and a shuffle. Oh, straight away. Wow. Okay. Well, if I was having a one-word answer to your question, I'd say yes. You've got the card of quality, okay? This is the card of knowing. This is the card of security. This is the card of, I'm on the right track. You've got nature and traits, and this is about, okay, I'm a person who values family, and you can see this in my life by A, B, C, D, E, all of these things. So this card is saying your character is strong, you are definitely on the right track, and there is a sense of movement. This is not going to be a long, slow kind of journey. This is a bam, something's happening. Bam, something's different, okay? So there are very much a support in the changes that are around. There's a sense of quality. There's a sense of I'm not being rushed. I'm giving my best. I'm able to make a real difference. And that this is, something that the cards will support you in that. Okay, Carla? So you step forward very clearly and with a lot of confidence. The cards are definitely on your side. They're definitely saying, yay, thumbs up. You are on the ball. So good luck. Lots of good luck in your cards, Carla. So, who do we have next?
Next we have Maria.
Maria. Let's have a look for you, Maria. There is the Southern Cross Stones Oracle, the deck that I created myself, and getting a real sense of spirit talk around you, Maria. I feel that you may find yourself chatting away to someone who's passed. Probably, I'm not clearly getting them, so but I feel like their passing was only in the last couple of years. And Maria, I think they talk to you all the time. I think that they're there, and you might find yourself talking to thin air, but you're actually communicating with spirit. What I'm getting, Maria, is that might scare the pants off you. The cards are saying you're very good at it. The cards are saying that there's a sense of knowing. You know, you have a belief system that really works for you. So the card that you have drawn, Maria, wow, what a card. Not very many people pull this card. This is the card of life's wisdom. This is the card of, you know, like, what do they call it? The School of Hard Knocks. You have graduated. You have learnt. You have a great sense of knowledge around you. I don't believe that you are, you might be surrounded by people, but you're not actively social. You don't go out there and encourage new people into your world. But the people that are in it, they value your wisdom greatly. There is a sense of being really, you know what, she's earned that, and you know she knows what she's talking about, which is why we're listening, and we're listening with open hearts as well as feelings. So what that tells me, Maria, is that you have words to be said to people around you, and I believe that you have words to be said to somebody in spirit. Okay, so whilst as I said, I don't clearly get a link to who your spirit person is, I'm definitely told very strongly that, you know, it's time to chat. It's time to sit down and have a chat. So hopefully that has answered your question, Maria, and also given you a bit of confidence in being able to, you know what, I can just sit down and I can talk to spirit. I can just sit down and feel the answers. You might not be able to hear, that's okay. But to be able to feel, and to feel the comfort that spirit is giving you, that's a lovely feeling, Maria. So hopefully that gives you enough confidence to be able to surge forward, okay? And to open up your communication with spirits. So, did we get anyone on the healing list, Miss M?
Not as of yet.
Wow. So, I'll just confirm, if anyone would like to put themselves or another person on the healing list, then please do just write in the comments, and yeah, we'll certainly add to the people that are already on the healing list. Okay, let's have a look at the cards. Let's have a look for who?
Next is Marissa.
Marissa, one of my favourite names. I have so many favourite names. Okay, Marissa, let's have a look. Wow, haven't you popped a powerful card? What this tells me, Marissa, is right now you are feeling spiritually vulnerable. There's a sense of, you know what, I'm unprotected. You know, I'm going into a shower without a raincoat on. I'm not sure where I'm going. I have, you know, this feeling that I can't shake. So what this card is offering you is the opportunity to reconfirm your own personal protection strategies, like, you know, for some people it's black tourmaline or other crystals that really work for them. For other people, they like to, you know, cast intention circles or cast spells, whatever they like to do. This is about you, Marissa, doing what works for you. There's a sense of, I need to be defensive, I need to be sure, I need to be safe, I need to feel like I've got the protection of spirit. And Marissa, the cards are saying that spirit is there for your protection. It's about how you feel, how you can translate that support into something that works for you on a day-to-day basis, okay? So Marissa, you might be feeling raw or vulnerable at the moment, and please reach out to somebody in your world that you maybe haven't spoken to for some time, and connect with them and get that sense of, oh, yeah, I can soldier through this. I can look at this in a different way, okay? So good luck with that, Marissa, and I'll certainly send you lots of love and healing energies. So, who's next on our list?
Next we have Anne, and she would like to know if her and her guy will move forward together.
Ooh, I love the love questions. Actually, I'm a really single girl. I'm very happy with that. But I really do enjoy looking into other people's love lives, Anne. I mean that in so not the creepiest way. I'm just really happy to be able to look from a distance. So let's have a look at... You have picked the card very much about needing quiet time. This is very much about being sure. And because you asked about the relationship from both sides of you, what I'm saying is that you might feel a direct conflict in your relationship, but it's actually one that works. It's actually one it's not unkind. There's a sense of, even though you're thinking exactly opposite directions, there's no harm, there's no hurt, and there's no, oh my God, if I don't do it that way, then yeah, there's none of that. This is a beautiful card to get in relation to your question, because I believe that what it is saying is that you are going forward, and that you are both going forward, maybe at totally different paces. You tend to be a lot quicker than most people, and you know, you may feel like he's dragging his feet, but he's not. He's a thorough thinker. He's somebody that, you know, takes a while. Let's be honest, there's no quick decision in that regard. And that this is a good thing. It's a good thing for the emotional connection and the things that you share. So I really do believe, Anne, that there's some positive and enjoyable influences around that for you both, not just for you. I'm not sure whether you have a dog already or whether you're getting like a brown knitted dog. By knitted, what do I mean? Tight, curly, you know, short hair. I'm not really actually that very good on dogs, but it's not a tiny, tiny dog. And the cards are saying it comes into your world and that you're very happy with that. So, yeah, I believe that there is a reconnection that is coming up for you, and it's reconnection on a number of different levels. It's not just about physical, it's about spiritual and emotional connection as well. There is a sense of tiredness around you, Anne, that's like, oh my Lord, should I just have a wee nap now? And should I, yeah. Whereas the cards are saying, you know what, might not be the best thing for you. Do it a little bit different, mix it up, and then your solution will be there, okay? So hopefully that's answered your question, Anne. and giving you something to ponder about while you wait for your changes to take force. Okay, I'm just going to grab a little drink. Well, I've certainly appreciated the opportunity to do these lives. Are we back on Friday night, Miss M?
No.
Saturday. Saturday night. Woohoo! Saturday night. There's a really good song I cannot sing at all, and it's called Saturday Night, and instantly my brain wants to go there. My brain wants to pretend that I'm a really good singer, but I'm absolutely not. So we will be back about the same time in your world, which is 9 p.m. Perth time, okay? So I wish you, if you don't manage to get a reading tonight, or even if you've had a reading and you want to have a look in again, then yeah, look for us on Saturday night. So we have time for one more, Miss M? Or are we squeezing in two? I get that look. That look. She doesn't do it with her eyes, she does it with her psychic. And it's like, yeah, okay, you can tell me like that if you want to. So give it to me, baby.
Next we have Candace, and she wants to know, will she have a house soon?
Candace, let's have a look. Let's have a look. A house. A house is much more than a house. Okay, cards, flip it to us. You know, it would be very good if you could design a pack of cards that would actually give you the address of your house. That would be good, okay? There is a certain sense of, this has taken a long time. There's a certain frustration that's around you, Candace, and I believe that it affects your energy flow. It affects what you're bringing in, okay? So what this card is offering you is the absolute knowledge that you have a breakthrough opportunity coming. This, because you asked about your house, the easy, quick answer is yes, you will have that house soon. Because this card, it's the one of heart. It's the one of things that are most important to you, okay? That it's like, oh, I've got to. I'm being attracted to the 16th. I don't know whether that's, I hope for you it's the 16th of January, because I'm certainly not feeling that you're unpacking boxes within the first 3 months of the year, okay? You're somebody that actually unpacks really quite well, Spirit tells me, and that you're itching to be able to get your things into a space that they can call home. What they're telling me, Candace, in this card is that you get headaches and that you need to be mindful of these, okay? I'm not a doctor. I would never give you medical advice. I would tell you that Spirit says to drink water. But other than that, they're just saying that your headaches are an issue and a challenge when you do move house, okay? So hang in there. It is happening soon. So I'm going to do one last one in a minute, but I just want to confirm to everyone how I start off with these lives. And I'd like to just remind you that I personally, Susan, would never send you any solicited messages. I will never send you any friend requests. I will never ask you to give me your private banking information. I will never offer for you to have, sign up here and, give me $25,000. I run a small business. Yes, I do have things for sale. I do have a website. And but I'm never going to hound you in Messenger and say, this is, If you're getting those kind of messages, they're not from me. Okay. Who is our lucky last for the Southern Cross Stones Oracle cards who love to be able to answer your questions?
lucky last is Lucia.
Lucia.
And she would like to know what's around her on Christmas week.
Okay, busy. Let's have a look, Lucia. That's a fantastic name. So this card has, this card has jumped out. So I'm going to pull you a different card. But because you asked about Christmas week, what this card tells you is somebody's hiding something and it will come out. I'm not getting a psychic impression that it's like, oh my God, this is a drama that lasts forever, or this is a drama that rocks our world. I'm just getting that the secret is, well, annoying. And that you'll be the catalyst for the secret coming out. Okay, Lucia, let's actually pull your card properly and not let one just fall out, okay? So, the card that you have drawn for Christmas week is the card of permission, the card of silence. Okay, this tells me that there is too much energetically that is happening around you in that Christmas week, and that the sense of calm is just not there. It's like, this is what I'll be looking for. I'll need to leave the festivities and go outside or go to a different room so that you can center yourself. And it's almost like you know some very powerful, very noisy people. You know that it's going to drive you to distinction, okay? It's almost like, yeah, I know how annoying these people are. I know that. And, what this card is offering you is, what are you going to do? Think about it beforehand. Have a plan of attack. Have 3 or 4 different ways for you to be able to ease the energy. Because, number one, I think that your Christmas week is like, whoa, way busier than you're going to imagine. You might think that it's busy now, but come next Wednesday, you'll be like, holy shit, holy moly, everything. So I'm just overwhelmed. So what the card is saying is, have 3 or 4 things in your mind that, okay, I'm at that spot, I'm getting overwhelmed, so you can go off and do them. It's like there is absolutely not a space to breathe in your upcoming week. So I would encourage you to perhaps find time when you can, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, whatever works for you, that you can actually have a sense of relief and a sense of, that's relaxing, okay? So certainly you are going to be exceptionally busy. So thank you very much for tonight. There is another opportunity to join us on Saturday night at the same time. And because I live in Perth, I think on Perth time. And if you want to, you can pop in, ask us a question. Let's, have a bit of support from Spirit. And I shall really appreciate checking in with you in a few days' time. Okay, thank you.